Hi, my name is Barry Sahajian. This video is about major and minor triads and the chord symbols that represent them, how to read them, how to write them, and how to interpret them, and how to understand the ones that are written incorrectly, which are just as important as the ones that are written correctly, because sooner or later someone's going to hand you a sheet with all these chord symbols that don't make any sense, and you're still going to have to play from it. You can't depend on everyone to do it right, but you want to learn to do it right so people will understand what you are talking about. I'm going to reference from a book I bought in 1976. It was at a bookstore called the Bumblebee Bookshop. This is the book I'm talking about, the one from the Bumblebee Bookshop, the standardized chord symbol notation. Now, this really is standardized. The authors made sure that it was totally understandable. There was no ambiguities on any of the chord symbols, and they had a system for it. And I was writing a lot of music and publishing, and I followed this book to the T because I wanted my production and my publications to be absolutely impeccable. I'm going to be quoting from this book. This is going to be a conglomeration of ideas, and some of the ideas will come from this book, and I think these are the most valid. I'd like to start with major chords. Now, the first rule of standardized chord symbol notation is all major triads are simply uppercase letters. So you have an A or a C or a D. Those are all major. No question about it. It's just an uppercase letter, and it means it is a major triad. So next, I'd like to show you what standardized chord symbol notation feels is unacceptable. So I'll go through a few of those, and the first one would be a C with an uppercase M. Now, this is very confusing because you look at that right away and you have to ask yourself, are they talking about a major seventh or a dominant seventh? It's definitely not a minor, I guess. So anyway, there's too much confusion, so that's unacceptable. The second one would be a C with an M, A, J, C major. Now, that's pretty clear, actually, when you think about it. It's a C triad, and it's major. But the thing is that it's too close for comfort to being a C major seventh. So you look at this and you have to ask yourself, is it a C major seventh or, well, I don't know. It's too close. So, no, unacceptable. The third one is the worst offender of clarity. It would be a C with a triangle. Now, a triangle was used quite often years ago and probably still is now. You figure that could be a triad, I suppose, but the problem here is a C major seventh using a triangle looks like this. It has a small triangle. So look at the difference between this and this. Too close for comfort again. A C major triad and a C major seventh. And they also have one that does this. I mean, this one's a little more clear. You see that's a C, that's a major, and that's a seventh. So, okay, still, we don't want any confusion whatsoever. And that's what they have accomplished. That's why I like it so much. So now, let's go and we're going to add a flat. Now, if we're going to add a flat, it's going to look a little different. Before I add the flat, I want to show you the configuration that standardized chord symbol notation uses. They use boxes. They have a box for the letter name of the note. Then they have a box name right here, which will be the type of chord it is, major or minor. In this case, we're doing major, so we get a C, and then we have a major. And now let's add a seventh. C major seventh, C major, M-A, and seventh. Now I have to point out to you, they use two lowercase letters for the type of chord. If that was minor, it would be M-I. It's major, so it's M-A. Clear and simple. And another thing about it, it provides you with a symmetrical shape, which makes all the chord symbols look uniform when they work together. So you don't see one box with 3 letters, one box with 1 letter, one box with 2 letters. That would be chaos. So they make it look like that, and it really makes a lot of sense. And you can see right away a C major 7. You can see that right away. What else could it possibly be? C, M-A, major, and 7. C major 7, perfect. That's the one. That's the winner. So now, let's go and add a flat, because with the flat, now you have another box configuration. We'll go for an E flat triad, and then we'll add the major seventh. So, okay, an E flat triad looks like this. E flat. Good enough? So the box configuration would be, here is the letter name of the chord, and here is the flat. E flat. Looks great. Simple, clear as a bell. Now, let's go for the major seventh. E flat, major. Now, right here, you understand that we have major is 2 lowercase letters, and M-A. What else could major be? I mean, it's clear and simple. M-A has to be major. Is there anything else that even comes close? No. So, okay, we put our box down here, and we put the M-A. Now we need to put the seventh in. The seventh goes up here. Now look at how clean and symmetrical that is, and we put our box up here for the seventh. E flat, major seventh. E flat, major seventh. Perfect. Now that is the beauty of this system, and that's why I love it. If you learn this, you will be able to write chord symbols that without a doubt people will understand, and that's the beauty of it. Now we're on to the minor triad. Once again, I'll first start out with what standardized chord symbol notation considers unacceptable. Okay, so we'll start with the first one, which would be a lowercase e. Now, a lowercase e, what is that? Is that a minor chord or is it a major chord? We don't know. Now, they would like you to assume, I'm thinking, that since it is a lowercase, that is less than, so it's a minor triad. But we're not sure, so there's confusion involved. So, unacceptable, I say, and so does standard notation. Next one would be an E, uppercase E, with an M, lowercase m. Now, this looks fine. I mean, if I saw that, I'd know it was an E minor, and that's not a problem. But if you're going to use the system of the standardized chord symbol notation, they have uniform shapes and symmetrical, all of them, so it fits and looks beautiful, and it's very easy on the eyes. So what they recommend is, to make it acceptable, is have an MI, 2 lowercase letters to identify the chord, and this would be an E minor chord. That is acceptable. Next one, E with a dash. Now, E with a dash, the problem with this is that the dash is used for other chord types. And so we don't want that. We don't want confusion. Unacceptable. No dash. The next one is E with an M-I-N. Uppercase E and then lowercase M-I-N. Now, if this doesn't work, they feel this is unacceptable because they have a system which is uniform, symmetrical. And we don't want the end. We don't want the N. We just want the M-I. So E, uppercase, M-I, lowercase, is the system we're using. Acceptable. Very good. So now, let's create the box system and add a flat and a minor seventh. So first off, let's put the box with the letter name, and that would be an E. That is the letter name of the chord. So far we have nothing, but if we stop there, this would be a major triad, but we want it to be a minor triad. So, and it is also a flat, an E flat. We want this to be an E flat. So you see, here's the first box. Now let's put a box on the upper half of the figure and put our flat in. Okay, we now have an E flat. Now the chord type is next. We have to add another box right here. M-I. You remember, 2 lowercase letters, and it would be M-I in this case, which could mean nothing more than minor. It's got to mean minor. What else could it be? So that's perfect. Okay, so we have E flat minor over here. We have box, 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 like that, you know, sort of like this, and like this one here. That works great. Now we need a 7th. Let's add our 7th, which will be an upper half of the box. So let's put the 7 in, and let's put the E minor 7 there. Now we have completely finished the chord. It's symmetrical, as you can see, and it makes plenty of sense. There's no ambiguity anywhere in this chord. E, letter name. Flat makes it an E flat. Minor makes it an E flat minor. 7th makes it an E flat minor 7th. Acceptable. If you like this video, please subscribe, comment, hit the bell to be notified of all the new videos to come. I'm going to continue on with this because I'm realizing not only is it a great way to understand chord symbols, how they are constructed and how to understand them, it is a great way to learn the makeup of a chord too. When you get into extensions of the chords, further extensions, 11, 13, flat 9, and sharp 9, you're able to visually see how the chord is constructed. Till next time, thank you.